okay? Because you're probably listening to, these last three videos and you're just like, how is this a funny thing that happened to you? It just sounds like you're just stalking some weird guy, Natalie. Like, ew, why are you stalking that guy? And let me tell you that, listen, um, let's rewind to the very first video where I was talking about my initial contact with this dude. Um, he's trying to lure me into the middle of the desert, and I cuss him out, and then my boss tells me that he's a very well-known weirdo. And so I just upset a very well-known weirdo. So of course that's something that I am going to worry about and look into a little bit. And luckily, all I had to do was Google this guy's name, and I got just a fucking waterfall of information dumped at me just from like a quick Google search. I mean, there's YouTube's podcast, all this other stuff, and I start listening to a YouTube video about him. It was fucking hilarious, and I'm like, I can't believe this guy is real. And then every piece of information I found from that point on, like, I swear to God, it's a lifetime of shit to laugh at. Okay, and when you work in a brothel, you have pretty much like unlimited free time. So yes, I stumbled into an accidental gold mine of comedic material that, I mean, I didn't intend on stalking the guy, but god damn it, don't stalk me first if you don't want to be stalked by me because you have really really funny shit going on with you. That's all your fault. And no, I don't just stalk random guys that freaking get a hold of me, ever. Like most of you, like 99.99999% of my clients or potential clients are just not that goddamn interesting. But this guy was. And can you even blame me? So yeah, at the point that he had first contacted me, I was very new to brothels in general, right? And this is predates my YouTube channel. I was like literally nobody. And this is another important, like, thing to keep in mind. Okay, so he gets a hold of me. Sorry, here, greatly offend him, and then I don't hear from him for a couple months. But then after a couple months, he starts reaching back out again. But this time, like, I'm armed with more information than I was at that first contact. And every time that he would get a hold of me, I would tell another coworker of mine that he was also getting a hold of, what the new information that I had found out about him, what kind of weird shit he was doing in my DMs. We'd compare notes. And it basically went on like this for, like a year or so. And he would like be arguing with himself in my DMs, and like I wouldn't respond to any of this, and like he would just get himself all worked up and just send like multiple breath messages, just riling himself up. I wasn't even responding to the guy, and my boss, he had asked me to not upset or antagonize this guy, which I never did, except for that one time I called him a creepy bitch. Okay, so I just ended up blocking this guy like altogether, and life happens or whatever, and I had other shit going on. I wasn't really thinking about the dude for the longest time. Okay. But anyways, back to that coworker that he was also stalking. He he would be like messaging both of us at the same time, saying that he wanted one of us to manage a brothel for him, and then the other one was supposed to manage his mega brothel, and it was like a very long running inside joke. I'd be like, yeah, he doesn't want to overwork me or whatever, that's why he's giving you the mega brothel and me the regular brothel, because he loves me clearly. And like, so just not a big detail or something that I really thought about. I mean, when I'd stumble on new things about him, of course I'd laugh at them, but whatever. Fast forward, okay, to this year when I was at the Calico Club, managing the Calico Club. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. It was actually kind of a busy morning that morning. We had a couple doorbells or whatever, and me and one of the other girls were like, just kind of sitting out in the bar. We get a doorbell, I answer, I'm like bartending or whatever as the manager. And I would usually, answer the door. There was another girl there, so I was waiting a little bit to get her out of her room or give her the chance, to get out to the bar before, you know, we started trying to hustle dude or whatever. But the dude comes in, and time goes by, and I was like, hey, would you like to speak with, you know, any of our ladies, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, I came here to see you. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, that's not out of, like, the ordinary, you know. From my YouTube channel, I had actually pulled in a good number of people to the Calico Club. And so we go back to my room to negotiate. And he's like, you know, honestly, he's like, I might book you, I might not, but, like, he's like, I just didn't know what the dynamic was between you and that girl. But, like, I have an offer for you, and I want you to come manage this brothel that I'm opening. And he starts telling me about how he has, like, this guy who's like a lawyer and blah, 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 blah. And, like, just like very dog whistle details about his partner investor. And so I was like, wait, stop right now. Just stop it. I'm like, you were talking to, like, you just stumbled onto the exact right person right now, because I'm going to have to tell you that that guy is not a fucking lawyer or leading legal mind or anybody even remotely serious. I'm like, is the guy's name the dude? And he was just stunned that I knew who he was working with. And he's like, well, what's wrong with them? So, oh my God, do I sit him down in my room and I just, you know, I give him like this whole the series that I've just given to you worth of information about this dude. And this guy is like, his mind is just like blown, because he really thought that he was working with somebody that was legitimate. And this guy actually was a legitimate, like, real estate investor who was actively making plans with the dude. Like, real business plans. This guy had conned this dude into really thinking that he was serious. And this guy, like I said, he was a real estate investor. He didn't, he looked like he was partying or whatever, you know. I mean, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, you're already drinking, whatever. Okay, that's not the case. That's not, like, the issue at hand, okay? The issue at hand is, like, I don't think that that guy was in any way a fucking dummy. And the dude tricked him into thinking that he was an actual legitimate person to go into business with. And I was like, why? I'm like, why do you want, wait a second, did he send you here to recruit me as the manager? And because I'm like, that's another thing that he's been doing for a while now. He's been like trying to get me to come and manage a brothel and a mega brothel and all this other stuff. I mean, I cussed him out years ago, but and I've ignored him like steady for like the last year and a half. But like, these are like the only like interactions that I have with this guy. And he goes on to tell me that the dude had showed him all these YouTube videos of me and was like presenting himself as somebody who had all these inside, you know, connections to the industry, and he wants me specifically to manage this fake brothel. And now he's involved somebody else in his delusion. And apparently this guy had really thought that the dude was legitimate, and he is like in shock as I am showing him all of these Google search results. And honestly, like, you know, I'm trying to be a little bit like sensitive, because it's like, I know that this dude's like shit just got rocked, right? And he found out like that he was probably most likely getting conned by some fucking weirdo, okay? But like internally, I was scream laughing. And then I couldn't even hold it in any longer. I started real laughing. I thought I was going to have a fucking stroke. I laughed for days after this. Days, okay? And it is unfortunate that this guy actually convinced somebody that he was legit, to the point that they are trying to scout out and meet a manager. Wild. But then again, he scammed his way onto the Las Vegas news. He scammed his way into courthouses to give commentary on actual real trials going on involving legal brothels. Like he had anything to do with it. He did not. He was just hanging around a federal courthouse and offering commentary while being a paralegal that is licensed in another state. Like, I don't know how people fall for this shit, but they do. And why didn't the dude just come in with his partner, or, you know, himself to meet me, since we know each other so very well? You ask. It's because he's banned from the Calico Club before, and that's not even my decision. It was Rick, the guy that owns the Calico's, decision. And I mean, he's like not like on the cutting edge of brothel news or, you know, the social going-ons or gossip or whatever. And even he knew this guy does not need to be anywhere near these girls in either the Calico or the Desert Club. Like, he knew that he was banned from there and couldn't come in to talk to me. Why he thought it would be a good idea to talk to me, it would be about being his manager, is still completely beyond me, because like in the worst case scenario, all I've done is fucking call him a creepy bitch. In the best case scenario, I've ignored him for years. So he tells his business partner or whatever that he had gotten corona and just tested positive that morning and could not make it. So he led this dude on all the way up until that point, and I'm the one that had to break the news to him that you are not talking to anybody even remotely serious. You're talking to a fucking well-known lunatic, and he just involved you in all of his delusions. And, you know, so the fact that he wanted me to be the manager of his imaginary club, despite me calling him out, you know, in the past, like, and relatively very quickly, like, you know, I caught on to the fact that this guy was a weirdo almost immediately, okay? So and all of our interactions have been negative, or not even interactions, because I've ignored him for a year and a half. So why he wanted me, it will probably remain a mystery for like the rest of my damn life, because like, why would I be the one? Like, okay, my leading theory is that he admired just how quickly I was able to determine that he was like on some bullshit. Like, I clocked it immediately. This guy's a fucking weirdo, and maybe I was supposed to be training his AI or robots or whatever to identify weirdos like him. Because, like, keep in mind that he was asking me to manage his legal brothel before I had a YouTube channel. He's never met me. The only interaction he's ever had with me outside of harassing me via Instagram DMs that I've ignored is just like through my bio on a brothel in Northern Nevada's website. Okay, like a smaller one. Like, I'm literally nobody, so why me? But anyways, I guess that the moral of the story in all of this is that yes, people like this do exist in the world, so be careful. And especially so if you are somebody who is being presented with a once-in-a-lifetime investment opportunity that sounds anything like that, okay? Please Google people. Just go. I mean, all of this shit wouldn't have had all the information that I had to break to this dude. It could have. I mean, it could have been very easily found out by him with a very quick Google search before you're actually in the planning stage of scouting a manager for an imaginary brothel that will probably never exist ever, because the guy is an Uber driver and works at Walmart stocking shelves in the nighttime. So yeah, definitely do some research on literally everybody, because they might be the dude. You know, and another, you know, key takeaway that I feel like you need to just leave this series with is that, like, first off, it was very, like, the shit that he gets up to is just, like, very, very funny and just completely insane or whatever. But it's escalated a little bit because, like, now I actually feel like it is heading towards, like, more of, like, a criminal, like, fraudulent territory. Because, like, what if somehow the delusional plan that he had in his head that I was totally gonna vouch for him and we're gonna all proceed and move forward with all of this shit, what if it would have went further? Like, what if this guy would have fucking lost actual real money because of this guy's weird fucking delusions? Okay? Like, people need to know about this type of shit, and I don't think that that guy would be very eager to tell anybody about how he narrowly avoided being fucking conned by a well-known lunatic. So yeah, somebody should probably look into that dude.